Good morning, hello, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're coming from. Welcome to Motivational Monday Healing with me, Paula, grief guru, international award-winning author, spiritual coach, and angel voice healer, among many, many other things, because I believe that life is to be lived, not merely existing. So today I want to address fury. I want to address that emotion that can be so overwhelming, so powerful, and so destructive that we can't control it. We lose ourselves in it. We've all heard that expression, seeing red. Now, I've experienced it quite a few times in my life, and some of them I think were very justified, especially around my son's death and what happened afterwards with the hospital and everything. The abuse that I've suffered. There's justification, but that to me is justifying losing my shit because of another human being's behavior. And it doesn't fit right. It doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't feel good to know that I released it, that I allowed myself to lose it. For some people, they get off on it. They enjoy that fury. And there is something within that. There is something that's like a charge, isn't there? There's like a wow. There's all that power within me that I can feel that, and that can be scary. That can bring a whole load of new, different emotions of fear, shame, guilt. How could I feel such fury? Where did that fury come from? I didn't realize I had that much anger in me, that much frustration, that much stress, that much wrath, that much power. Because when we are in that state of fury, in that state of extreme anger, it's like everything is elevated. Our strength, everything is, because we go into fight mode. We go into that red space. And when we're grieving, it can be overwhelming. It can be terrifying. We lose time. I've had clients who have they've come back to themselves, and they've realized they've trashed the place, you know, um, or they've thrown things, or they've, and I have to admit, I've been in that space, and it's not a comfortable place to be in. I'm actually quite a calm, relaxed, loving, kind human being. But there are moments in my life where something so extreme has happened that I've become a different human being. It's like a different personality takes over. And that's terrifying. And when we're grieving, if it's a death that's been sudden, if it's been a death that's been caused by somebody else or some other something, the helplessness, the hopelessness of that can just take over. The fury that you didn't have control over any of it, someone else did, can be so strong, so outstanding, so overwhelming. But here's the thing. Of course, you have to feel it. You have to move through it. You have to work at it. Because you've got to let it go. You've got to, you can't hold on to it. There's no point. You can't heal if you're holding on to it. So with my 3-day program that I offer people, which right now during August is at half price. It was my summer gift to everybody. It allows you to really feel it. It allows you in a contained space that you have to be the referee of. You know, if you're not going to do it with me, if you're going to do it on your own, you have to be sensible. You know, there has to be um, loving things in place so that you can really feel it, and then be gentle with yourself. So you have to give yourself that time and space to be able to do this program. It's an hour a day. And I say it's over 3 days because you have to give yourself at least a day to process what you've just dealt with. You can't just go bang, 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 bang. You haven't processed anything. So on the first day, it's an hour of, I show you a technique that guarantees you will feel absolutely amazing afterwards. You will feel such a release afterwards. I have done it with clients and they have gone, wow. You know, women have been using it. Wow, they are releasing years and years of torment, stress, tension, anger, fury around grief, something that they have held on to. They've released it so that the next day you can allow love and forgiveness and gentle kindness into your heart again. And then on the third day, you let go of words that you've held on to that you wished you'd said to your loved ones before they died. You let go of them, you speak them, and you let go of them. And over those 3 days, people have told me that they felt calm, they felt lighter, happier, one with the world instead of fighting the world. When I did it myself, and I you know, I use this all the time. So once you've bought it, you can use it whenever you want. It's not just a one-time trick pony, you know. I've used this countless times with anything that's pissed me off. I'm not holding on to this. Right, let's go. Dun, dun, dun. Deal with it. I'll do it. So if you want it, as I say, I will put the link in the comments. And you've got 2 weeks left in August, I think. So yeah, release it. Let it go. What are you holding on to it for? Is it helpful? Is it useful? Is it kind to you? Or is there another way that you can actually help yourself by talking it through with somebody who understands grief, who has dealt with grief for 20 plus years, who trained people to become grief therapists? You see, the thing with me is I've been there. I have been in that dark pit. I used to call it the dark pit of despair. I can throw you the ladder. I can throw you the torch. But you've got to want it. I don't just work with anybody. I work with women who are ready to invest. I do work with men. But you've got to be ready to invest in you, in your future. And you've got to be ready to let go. You've got to know your worth. You've got to see your value. Because here's the truth of it. And I only work in truth, reality, honesty. Your fury is not hurting the people who have died. It's not hurting the people who caused your pain. The only person it is hurting is you. And anyone else who is in your vicinity. Because it will have a knock-on effect. It ripples outwards. Fury ripples outwards. And it hurts anybody we come in contact with. I had so many defensive walls, it was unreal. But when you can work through it, and it's not an easy one, I'm not going to pretend that it's all going to be flowers and roses, but you will heal. I can guarantee you that. Because I work with you until you are absolutely transformed. Because I believe in my program so much. So if you want to work with me on my 5-month program, I can guarantee you will be a completely different person by next year. How does that sound? And if you haven't had the transformation that you want, I will continue to work with you for free until you do. That's how much I know my program works. But let's just go back to that rippling. If you've got that fury, if you're holding on to that fury and it ripples outwards, once you've worked with me and worked on it, you know what's even better that ripples outwards? Love, kindness, gentleness, forgiveness. And when that ripples outwards, it affects everybody in a beautiful way. I know which one I'd prefer. So I changed it. And now I help you change it. With so much love.